Very good. It wouldn't surprise me. What the fuck is going on here? You're doing fucking yoga. No, that's so weird. No, that's so weird. That is so weird. What the fuck what are they doing? Hello, YouTube. It is Zector, back with another Rocket League replay analysis video. Today's video is going to be another team analysis video. We're going to be going over KC in this one. Before we get into this video, I just want to say thank you for all of the support and kind comments on some of my recent videos. I do this for fun, and I enjoy spreading the knowledge I have on the game to other players. But yeah, let's stop yapping and get right into the gameplay. All right, getting into this replay. This is KC versus Dignitas. I haven't watched any recent Dignitas gameplay, so I'm unsure how they're playing, but I'm sure we'll find out here. Off kickoff, this is pretty good so far. Nothing wrong with this. Addo deciding to play a little bit slower in that situation. Those other players ended up panicking into him. In some situations, it's okay not to go for this instant. Honestly, this already looks really unfavorable for Addo, but if he waits a second, he can actually make it more favorable for him by apparently Jack and or Stizzy either double committing on the ball, which happens here, really bad from Stizzy, or them just hitting it into him, which ends up happening. Right, as we can see, this is really well played. Immediately flinging this up. The reason that we're immediately flinging this up instead of trying to slow down and play some dribble play is because, firstly, Joru's likely going to jump for this. He needs to jump for it because it can be threatening. He wants to diminish that threat as soon as possible. And there's going to be a Vatira coming in as well from mid boost in this situation, so we can see what happens, right? Jorus plays this. Drawley ends up jumping, which is completely fine. Like sending a Drawley forward here. He has lower boost, so him having lower boost, we kind of can just throw him away, right? So now Vatira gets to keep a really good position here, and Vatira gets to keep 100 boost, which is so massive. Addo is just going to cycle out, get a full boost, probably go all the way back for the full boost in the situation. It's going to allow him to, yeah. And then it's like, look at this, look at the boost spread for KC here. This is brilliantly played. So knowing when and where and what players to send forward, really, really important. And it's ultimately all dependent on boost amount, who's in a certain position, who has the better challenge on the ball. There's a lot of factors that can go into that. But overall, this is really well played by KC. I really like this. Probably just going to play this again. This is completely fine. He does have an Addo behind him, so he can play this a lot more comfortably knowing that fact. As we can tell, Addo is on backboard in this situation. If anyone's wondering how I knew that, like pre getting into this situation, because, and if you're ever in this situation, this is how you can kind of know, but we already know that an Addo went back left here and grabbed that boost. That's something that we saw in Vatira's perspective here. So when we're in this situation, it's a very reasonable assumption to make. If anything, you can almost guarantee its existence in this situation due to Vatira playing low. Therefore, Addo is going to play high. There is not going to be an Addo right next or behind, like directly behind Vatira here, because it's just not logical. It just doesn't work in the situation, because the only reason that would happen, or like any situation that would occur, is if Addo had really low boost and was like just coming off of recovery. But since so much time has passed, it's really easy to know that we have a teammate up there. So something you could take into your games. That would definitely help you out a lot. Addo, just making sure to set up a really good play here. I like this so far. Drawley, really good in the lane. I like this. Ooh, really close. Ooh, it's going to be a good shot. Yeah. Really well played by KC. I mean, not much to explain there. Just a really nice touch into a really nice touch. Into a really nice shot. This will probably be a favorable challenge for Vatira. I like that. Drawley going to play a little bit slower in the wall. Addo going to get in there pretty quickly. I like all of this so far. Vatira doesn't have to go instant. Yeah, really like that he waited a little bit there. Because he waited a little bit, it definitely became a lot more favorable. He was able to get apparently Jack right after he got contact on the ball, which is always going to put the player in Vatira's position, in a favorable position. As soon as Vatira comes up here, this is something that a lot of players aren't going to pick up on immediately, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it. When Vatira jumps off here, notice There is no engagement of boost in this situation. And the reasoning for this is because if he uses too much boost here, he risks putting the ball in a position that he's not able to be mechanical on, right? He's going to limit his mechanical options if he gets too heavy of a touch in this situation. He wants a very precise touch. So he disengages that boost for a split second, able to turn around here, and he's already going to play a 50. This is very clearly a 50 position, and this is because there is a Joru's coming up connector in this situation. Right? Really, really good. Now, let's look at this full time, right? We already know Joru's is back there. So we already know there's a player that can be actionable on the ball, which is why Vatira did this little 50 motion so early. It's because he didn't want to risk being over mechanical. Like, he doesn't want to just go for a reset there or some silly shit like that. It's way better to play that 50 because he's going to be able to play pacing for his teammates. That 50 is going to allow his teammates to get into better positions. I like how all of this is played so far. I don't really have an issue with this. Addo kind of throwing himself there a little bit. It's not the worst thing. He could have played a different position. He could have played more in here towards Vatira. That would have allowed Addo to have a much more beneficial cut in the situation. It's okay that he's not getting that. Vatira can still play this just fine. Notice Vatira not using a lot of boost here. He wants to comfortably catch this ball, catch this touch. He does. Notice how close this ball is to him right here. Nobody's going to be able to come in here and do anything reasonable. Stizzy backed off, so this is really good. He's going to catch Appjack off here. Just pressing this really fast. I like this speed. This is really good. You know, and in a lot of my analysis videos, I talk about, slow, slow, slow. Like, I speak about slow a lot, and this is just because typically players just have this habit of speeding up like just way too much. It really stems from just having being unaware. But this is really, really good speed. We do not want to let Appjack get any space in this situation because he is fully facing backwards and he cannot turn around while Vatira is pressing him so heavily. So this is really good, and it's going to set up Drawley really, really good here. But notice Drawley plays it a little bit slower here because he wants to let Vatira get out a little bit. He doesn't have an immediate play. He doesn't have a lane here immediately. So playing time in this situation is going to be super, super strong. And we can tell. Let's see how this is going to be a bad 50. Yeah, no, he's not going to. Yeah. That wasn't going to be too favorable, but I like what he was going for conceptually. That is really good. He just executed it poorly, which is fine. Looks like a lane coming out from. This is a really risky lane though. Yeah, they're definitely probably not going to take it immediately. This is fine. That's not from Jolly. We'll look at that from Jolly. But this is just really, really wishful. I think he's just really eager here. Don't really need to be this eager. I mean, once again, I haven't said this, so I don't know why I said once again. But in this game, it's only 1-0. So don't need to get too eager. Don't really need to rush these offensive opportunities in this situation. If anything, Stizzy is still in the air, very clearly in the air. Just a really eager jump, but it's not the end of the world. If Vatira plays a little bit slower here, Addo's probably going to get in the lane for Vatira here, which is really good. I really like that. Vatira has a little bit of time to work with here. I like this light touch that he got here. Notice his usage of air roll. This is appropriate, really, really good usage of air roll. He uses just enough to be able to get this touch, aim it in the area he wants. That allows him to land on the ball, on the wall, a lot smoother here. He's able to follow up. Notices that there's no player around him. He has space here, which is why he does this little movement down. The reason that he pre-positioned like this is just in case he had to do a dodge. So in this situation, right, this very common dodge spot, right? Now this is such a good thing that he did because he can use it in two ways. He can either use it to get back to the ground quicker, or he can use it to actually go for the ball. He knows he has space here, which is why he goes down. This is a good decision. He's playing a 50 immediately, which is really good. He already knows he's probably not going to get an offensive option past Appjack. This is great. You truly have to be such a disciplined, fundamentally sound player in order to even start doing this. I really don't see a lot of players do this at all. Not even close, especially not in NA. I think so many players could take notes from this team, truthfully. I like this from Addo. That's really good. We're going to have a Drawley coming up here. I like that Vatira is checking. Vatira is checking because if he needs to gauge that distance, or he needs to gauge that space, and understanding and knowing what that space is going to give him a lot better chances of making a better decision on if he needs to cut or not. So in this situation, we can see it's kind of in the air, right? Drawley's going to end up backing off here. I just heard him dodge away, so he's backing out. Vatira just playing this really slow here. That's not the worst thing. But it's really, really bad that Jirali wasn't too pressed into the lane because it leaves this situation up. Luckily, really, really good touch by Jirali. That was really excellently played. Okay, kind of throwing players really quickly. Really poorly played by Dignitas, but Jirali, this wasn't too threatening off rip. He didn't need to challenge this quickly. In this situation, he needs to understand that there's a Vatira back right here, so he already has a player back. So this isn't too incredibly threatening. If it gets past him, right, then it's whatever, but he played it super threatening. If he just would have waited instead, and this is a very simple wait, just waited instead, he's going straight for the ball right now, right? There's no reason for Stizzy to even go high right there. He has an app jack here, so he has somebody. This is literally just twos at this point. And I feel like in this situation, Jirali should just taken a little bit more time because that could have been a goal. Like, that absolutely could have been a goal. Addo, I like this. He can play this space a little bit. Ooh, this is good. That's fine. I really like that. Dodging into a dead area, but that's okay. Vatira is going to get something slight here. Ooh, this could be set up pretty well. Unfortunate. Addo probably wants to play some time. I really like that touch. Yeah, that's either going to force a Joru's up to deal with it, because this touch can turn threatening, especially when there's a Vatira that could come in. Never mind, there's no longer a Vatira that could come in, so it's completely fine. But this touch is really good. Joru's probably 100% jumps. If he doesn't jump, there's a risk that Vatira literally just jumps for him and just says, fuck you. Holy shit. That was almost really well played by Stizzy. Notice Addo's patience here, right? Addo's patience is really important. He didn't dodge off too quickly. If he would have dodged off and panicked a lot, he actually could have gotten probably dunked in this situation. But notice that he actually waited for the ball to hit him, but not only just for the ball to hit him, but also for Stizzy to finish his remaining action on the ball before he did anything. That's really, really important. Led to a really favorable 50 in that situation. This is really good. He can play this a bit quicker. And doesn't play it quicker because of that demo coming out. Quickly transitions to ground, pops it over to Jirali. Jirali probably not going to go immediately. Okay, fuck it. Jirali, he went as soon as possible, which is really good. He definitely could have gone immediately. That's definitely not a bad thing to do in that situation. Ooh, he's dunking Appjack to hell. Okay, that was really well played. I like that. Vatira, really well. Like, I like this. Notices the outlet for an Addo, plays this patient, gets that distance. He already knows he's going to pass it well before that bounce even comes off the wall, gauging all of the distance on the field. Really, really good by Addo. Could have been a little bit better, but was not bad at all. Jirali playing it a little bit quick. I don't disagree with this by Vatira. It's just going to go back to Jirali. Okay, this is really, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I really like this. Once again, Vatira going to set up the 50. Vatira is already setting up the 50 by the time he jumps off. Like, right here, he's already setting up the 50. He's not, like, I'm not saying that he's not looking for an offensive option. Like, if Vatira can find an offensive option in this situation, he's absolutely going to look for it. But ultimately, he just wants to get a 50. That's the entire purpose of doing all of this. Ends up getting a really good 50. Decides to either bully Joru's or fight for that boost there, which is a really good decision. He knows he has a teammate behind him, so he's able to do that. Jirali, well, look at this. Jirali could have played this a little bit better. I think he was unaware of a Joru's being so close. I feel like if he knew he had a little bit more space, then this is okay. I don't disagree with disagree with what he's doing if there's space, but he has to know that there's space. And because he didn't know that, that's why that play went poorly instead of a lot better. Addo, really good touch. I like that a lot. Ooh, a fake. That's really good. That was really well played. This is incredible. Fakes this because he wants to get out to Jirali. So as soon as he gets this... No, go ahead and look at this from Appjack. This makes so much more sense from Appjack. Look at that. Appjack is playing that initial intent, right? But now Appjack has to go down, which is going to put him in a shit position for when Jirali actually needs to go. And you can see that's exactly what happens. That could have been really, really favorable. Addo trying to play that in an awkward position where Joru's can't go immediately. He just manages to find that. That's going to be really good. Jirali's going to be able to get boost or get out, get boost, come back in. That's going to allow Vatira to have an offensive option on the ball. Vatira likely going to turn in on this situation because there's so many offensive options that he could play. This is still fine. He's probably going to notice that Appjack isn't fully turned yet, so he's going to want to try to play in here a little bit. You can see he does. Really well played. I like that. That's really good. Drawley getting in the way here. This is really good. No players on Dignitas are going to have an immediate turn on the ball. Joru's next to the ball. Addo probably going to just play a little bit of time. Yeah, this is really well. This is really well played. This is really well. The fuck am I saying? Okay, really good by Drawley. I like that. Just didn't manage to get contact on the ball, but that's okay. Addo probably getting beat. Yeah. Made himself really awkward. Really good touch by Drawley. That could have been a goal. That was really good. Good off-ball value. I like that. Secure this boost. Drawley left it for him. That's really good. There's no outlet immediately. There's going to be someone there. Nap check. Drawley going to play this pass. Oh, no. Drawley should have went in the air already. No. Stizzy's playing that really well. See, in a situation like this, when you have one player, Drawley needs to jump in order to get Stizzy to actually jump. Stizzy doesn't have to jump in this situation. Stizzy just needs to avoid Vatira. Vatira is the biggest threat. But if Drawley were to jump in this situation, now Stizzy has no choice but to jump, which makes his path so much more predictable because he has to align somewhat with the ball. So that's what makes this. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no. See, if Drawley would have jumped a little bit sooner and not played that low, that would have been significantly better. This is really good. Oh, he could get. Oh, no, he jumped. He jumped. He did not jump how he wanted to. That was really close. That did not look. No, I know. Actually, he wanted this. Never mind. I take it back. No, he 100% wanted that. That intent in his air roll was super, super clear. Okay, Vatira does have a teammate that could play it. Yeah, Drawley. But really, really risky. Ooh, really close to getting that off by value. It's really good by Vatira. Secure this mid boost. They're just going to try and... Okay. Stizzy? Hello? No, I actually oh man, no, I literally just can't believe what I just saw. But that's really interesting maneuver coming out from Stizzy. Okay, Vatira's getting in there. I don't even know what happened off the kickoff. What's going on here? This is like the worst. I think someone was left out of the loop in that situation, but oh game's ending up here. I'm pretty sure this is the scoreline for the remaining series, but so far, I mean, very clearly, as I've outlined in this analysis video, KC is playing very good. It wouldn't surprise me. What the fuck is going on here? You're doing fucking yoga. No, that's so weird. No, that's so weird. That is so weird. What the fuck what are they doing? Okay, anyway. Yeah, no. Casey is looking really, really good. It wouldn't surprise me if they won in most environments that they find themselves in the upcoming months, maybe even the whole fucking season. No, they're just looking really good. I know a lot of you requested this video. I want to do a I can't remember. It's really late for me right now. Not to yap. Anyway, Casey's looking good. If you guys have any other teams that you want me to go over, please leave them in the comment section below. Like I said, probably many times in this video, I don't know how I'm going to edit it, but I appreciate you guys and all the comments, all the support. I do this for fun. I've been doing this for a long time, and I really enjoy being able to share the knowledge of the game with all of you. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.